That music means it's time to go get it. Go get it. Donovan Bailey Running Things, Jason Portuondo alongside my brethren, the living legend. By the way, I got to hit it right off the top. Are you coming out of retirement?
Like Justin?
Like Justin.
For the right price. No, I'm not coming out of retirement. But I got to tell you, man, Justin, my boy, I'm telling you, you have no major injuries. You're still very young. You're still in great shape. Go get it, man. Go get it.
Wow. Go get it. Go get it, says DB. So Absolutely. If he says that to you,
go get paid, man, for sure.
Go get it. 43, I think. So that's still young enough.
But it's not that. I think that there's probably so much exposure now, and I think Justin never had it, and we certainly never had it. I'm just talking about media-wise.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I mean, if there's an opportunity, dude, Jake Paul just fought Mike Tyson for what? $20-40 million, whatever. I'm very certain that if you've got right now you have Ashton, you have Ice Speed, you have Tyreek, you have all these people that are throwing some cash. So listen, if I didn't have two blown Achilles, I would throw my hat in the ring for sure. At my age, I would absolutely throw my hat in the ring. But I think the fact that I hear that Justin is going to come out, why not?
Tyreek, I think he's 36. He's no spring chicken either. You know.
Yeah, but Tyreek, you know what? Tyreek is running well though. I mean, I saw the meet that he ran last week in Texas.
Beat Josephus
and ran. Well, I mean, that's not really a stretch. But well, it's not. It's not a stretch. I mean, Josephus is
one's a track athlete, one's a football player.
Josephus is the brother of the Olympic champion.
Yes.
Okay, so the brother sometimes he's a stand-in. So at the end of the day, Tyreek beating Josephus wasn't really a stretch. And Josephus is not going to be – he's definitely not going to be moving the clock any. I don't know if he's going to make the U.S. Trials finals, much less. So Tyreek looks good. That's all I'm saying to you. I mean, and also one of the things I've noticed is that in football, the different style of running is far different than when you're sprinting. And obviously – with someone like Tyreek, he knows that he's running quick, right? There's a difference between running quick and running fast. Running quick means that he has the ability to brace, to turn, to shake someone. And what Tyreek has done at the race that I've seen, what he's done is actually fix the biomechanics and the fundamentals and coming out of the blocks and staying tall. So running 10-10, regardless of what the wind looked like, as a football player who doesn't run track all the time, you got to give him some flowers. You know what 100%. I mean? 100%. You got to.
100%. And you're 100% right. Let's bump that up. Add another zero. Right. You are 1,000% right. There's a difference between going fast and how fast you're going. So you could be going fast, but if you're doing it within yourself, it don't matter. You're right. Maybe we should make it, one last thing about this. Maybe to make it an even race, Noah puts on some pads. Maybe that'll level it out.
No, man, no. Because, I mean, Tyreek's just a bigger guy. And plus, it's about speed. So what you need to do. Here's one of the things that I loved about actually how we started the show. You just mentioned that Justin Gatlin's coming back. Forget about those guys who are actually like Ice Speed and Ashton and Josephus and Tyreek, them competing against an actual sprinter. Because here's the deal. If you're a top 10 sprinter in the world and you allow any one of those guys to even beat you, then you deserve to quit, right? So I'm saying to you, I love the fact that Justin is considering coming back. So Justin could probably come in at 43 and bust their ass. I'm saying to you that he could do that. In fact, what I would like for the other guy, I wouldn't mind adding to the fold is Asafa. I would love for Asafa and Justin to kind of come. Both of those guys are over 40. Let them come back and start lighting up these guys who think they're fast, right? It is what it is. That's what I'm saying to you. And there's a whole lot of. There's several other athletes. I'm very certain that's in great shape right now. But those two guys are still in impeccable shape. And if there's a race between those two guys and all of these, we'll say social media fast men, then my money's going to be on Justin or on Asafa.
You know, right now, Kim Collins is throwing stuff at the podcast screen at us because he doesn't want Justin to come back. Because I'm pretty sure Kim has the record for masters, if you will. I think he was 40.
Kim has it, yeah.
And he ran a 9.93.
Speaking of that, Kim, it's been a while since I talked to you, my
here
boy.
we go.
It's been a while since I talked to you, Kim. If they're gonna put some money out there, Kim, go and get it. If someone's gonna put some real money out there, yes. So we have Kim, Justin, Asafa. Who else? Who else can we add to it?
Wow. All right, we have hit the ground running. This is exactly what we do. Donovan Bailey Running Things. Please continue to share, follow, download, subscribe. Just be a part of this podcast any which way you can. We've got a lot to discuss, so let's get to it now after a little bit of a warm-up, if you will. Jamaican Trails were just phenomenal because of what Kishane Thompson did. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk Shelly-Ann Fraser. We're going to talk about the Clayton sisters. We're going to talk about the pre. We're calling it just the pre-Fontaine. It's the only stop on the Diamond League in the Americas. And to me, it feels like a mini Olympics. Would that be overstating it if I said that?
No, not at all. I mean,
okay, good.
I mean, I think that the Prefontaine Classic has established itself as the preeminent meet in North America, the must-watch meet in North America, and what they have done in that organization is they've had the ability to put together an incredible budget. So what they've done over the past few years is line up the best athletes you can, or at least top 3, top 4, top 5 event athletes in each event, and it definitely is must watch for any track and field fan, any track and field aficionado, or any fan who's trying to see what professional track and field should look like.
By the way, I saw the Tim Hortons Cup. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day to all the great Canadian fans.
There we go. That's it. And hey, you know what? We were talking about last week on the program, Shade McCreath. You know, here I'm thinking she's a phenom. My bad. She's 29.
Yeah.
I hear I'm, thinking that she's some young and up-and-comer. She's like, whoa, Porty, I've been here for a minute. I am a veteran.
Well, I mean, I'm very certain that she believes that she's young and up and coming.
Well, yeah, there you go, girl.
If you're running,
age is just a number.
But if you're running that fast at this age, it simply means that you've got a very nice window of opportunity now to go win the Canadian Trials, go to Japan. Listen, make the finals. 10.95 is no slouch, and so her and Audrey, we should have a couple of Canadians. I want to see a couple of Canadians in the finals in Japan. It will be tough, but I think it'd be great. It'd be great for them to accomplish.
Salute Canada on the day itself. Well, we're Savannah Sutherland, Shade McCreath, Jerome Blake. You talked about Audrey LeDuc, of course, Andre DeGrasse. All right. Race of the week. I'm pretty sure you know where we're going with this one. There's only one race it could possibly be. Brought to you by Biopods. Check out our good friends, biopods.com. They will help you empower your every step.
Set. Seville and Thompson got away like rockets. Seville looks imperious. Thompson looks imperious and commanding as well. Kishane Thompson steps to the fore and gets there. 9.73. Oh, goodness gracious me. It's a new stadium record. New world leading. Absolutely stunning.
Yes, in a word, stunning. Officially 9.75. That, my friend, is the fastest time since 2015 when, guess who, went 9.74. This is all coming nicely together. Justin Gatlin, of course. Absolutely. So that was, man, we can have a whole show about this race. Where would you like to begin?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I didn't buy the time?
No. I'm going to tell you, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I think that what Kishane and his team, coaches, have been doing, it has been putting together his execution. I mean, that's really what this time today reflects a young man who's exceptionally talented and is finally relaxed. And he's executing throughout the race. So the time itself wasn't shocking at all for me, because the race that he ran in Jamaica at trials last week or a couple of days ago was what he should have ran at the Olympics, right? I mean, and I mean, it's funny. Watched the race, saw the breakdown, but also what I saw after, which really impressed me, was his interview. And his interview was, it's a different level of calmness. It's a different level of confidence. And I think that, what Kishane was doing was he would get, like, first of all, he'd be out in front of everybody. And then at 80 meters or, between 70 and 80 meters, he would try to run fast. It's almost like you're trying to pull the finish line closer to you, as opposed to relax and let it come to you. And that's exactly what he did. There was no looking for the line. There was no leaning. For all those people who said that, I guess Jamaica had lost it in the male sprinting side. Sorry, you've got three guys running, 9.7 and 2 9.8s. So at so if there's a message that was sent to anyone, it is what Kishane did, and also what the other two guys did. The other two guys, brought it home too. They look very good. At the end of the day, this will be very difficult to do. I'm not gonna jump ahead of myself and say that the possibilities of sweeping at Worlds can happen, but it can happen. But at the end of the day, this is really I think that Kishane showed fantastic maturity in the race, allowing himself out of his dry phase, hitting top speed, and then relaxing, going home, man. And that's what I liked about Jason. That's what I liked about the race.
He left Oblique Seville. Oblique is a really good starter, as you know.
Fantastic starter, yeah.
He left him like nothing, and I was like, wow. So he runs 9.8 in the semis, 45 steps.
Right.
He runs 9.75 in 44 steps.
Yeah.
Like you said in his interview after the race, he still has some things to work out. That's damn scary.
But well, yes, and that's what it's supposed to be. I mean, he's supposed to be a monster, man. You know what I mean? Like, I tell you what. I just kind of broke down Kishane's race.
Yeah.
But what was impressive about Oblique is a shorter guy.
Right.
Shorter, like Christian Coleman. So it's a different. So their race pattern is way different than someone who's taller, bigger, and stronger. What I liked about Oblique is that he stayed in his pocket. He stayed in his dry phase. Nothing shook him, and like he came through too. So that's scary because I'm very certain that he and his coach are going to tweak some things too. So, anyways, I'm just saying to you that certainly there was from the Jamaican Trials at the men's 100 meter finals, there was a message sent to the world of sprinting. And you know what? We're going to see what happens in the next couple of weeks or next month or two, who answers the call. But I like the fact that the three men that made the team, 1, 2, 3, that they look like they're ready to go. And I like that.
I want to know from you if you think we're going to see sub 9.7 this year from him. We've only seen it 3 times. Obviously, Bolt, Tyson Gay, Johan Blake are the 3. Can he join that elite club this year?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're asking me, does he have the talent?
But are we going to see it?
But you could absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. I think so. I think that I also know this. When you're competing at home, there's a level of, well, in Jamaica there's a massive level of pressure, but also there's familiarity and and a level of comfort, right? So I think it'd be fine. I mean, the pre-track is fast as hell. It might be a little short. I think I heard that once. But it's fast, and there's going to be and there's going to be some incredible people lining up for the 100 meter there, including Kishane.
Yeah. Well, and we're going to get to that a little bit later on. But I'm glad you mentioned Oblique because guy runs a hell of a race of his life.
Right.
And that's only good enough for second. Akeem Blake rounds out the top 3. Yeah. We got a shout out. Obviously Johan didn't make the team, but he's done so much for racing.
What did Johan? What did he finish? Did he finish? Did he make the final?
I don't know if he even made the final. To be honest, I can't remember now.
But either way, I mean, Johan certainly is one of the greatest sprinters there, and if he made the team or he did not make the team, he deserves his flowers, and wherever it is or whatever it is that he's going to transition to, or he's going to continue competing, dude, you're going to get your flowers either way from me.
Yeah, and rightfully so, and phenomenal stuff, that he's been able to accomplish throughout his career. But as we all know, Father Time is undefeated unless your name is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who somehow continues to defy
Mother Time
logic.
Is not, Mother Time is
Mother Time apparently is not.
Father Time is
she
undefeated.
is back at it again. It seems like it wouldn't be a World Championships without having her a part of the equation. Didn't win the race, obviously. She was third. Man, oh gosh, Tina Clayton. I mean, wow. Speaking of up-and-comers, hell of a race by her to beat Sharika, and then obviously Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce rounding out the top three.
Funny enough, I think that I think that some might look at this as a changing of the guard, but is it though? I mean, Shelly-Ann she just made her 13th team. First of all, maybe I should speak quickly about the young upstarts. The Claytons are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They are the future of sprinting, right? Sharika certainly is a superstar today, and she's gonna she's a reigning world champion in the deuce, and she's gonna be in the 100 meters also. But the queen of track and field, 100%. Is Shelly-Ann. It's not, and this is not, like, funny enough, you talk about, like, transitioning or playing it forward. I mean, the queen of track and field just made her 13th team. She executed exactly how she's supposed to. I don't know if she's injured. I don't know anything that's going on with her. I mean, other than, what I see. I don't have any sources. But she made the team, bro. And there's no better way when you've been one of the greatest on earth for you to go and lay it down against the very best current people. And so, Shelly-Ann, congratulations. First of all, congratulations to all the ladies. And yes, these three ladies, just like I spoke highly of the men, these three ladies certainly are all finalist potential and medalist potential and could possibly win. But I got to tell you, man, Shelly-Ann is someone I pay homage to. I like who she is as a person on and off the track. I like who she is as a brand. I like who she is as an ambassador, as a spokesperson. I mean, and for men and women, if you're going into track and field or any other sport for that matter, you should look at someone like Shelly-Ann Fraser and what she's done over the years with her brand and to make it a complete athlete on and off the track. I mean, a complete professional athlete on and off the track. So I love to see that she made the team. I mean, I think that the entire stadium, kind of stood up and cheered for her. And this is absolutely no disrespect to the other two ladies that came in front of her. Because I think that they respect her as much as the world of track and field does. So again, amazing to see, the men and women sprint team of Jamaica heading into Japan, heading into the World Championships with 3 each. So six people, 3 men, 3 women that can absolutely win, break records, and take over the podium.
Kind of feel like it's the passing of the guard on both ends, because you spoke of Johan. He ran 10:19, by the way, in his semi, did not make the final. Okay, so obviously a man who's coming towards the end of his career.
Or he's at the end.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then you look at Shelly-Ann the same way. You look at the Clayton sisters. So Tina last year had the injury, didn't get a chance to, be a part of the final equation. She wins this year in 10.81 over Sharika, who finished second in 10.88. So, it's... as soon as one moves along, up springs another one.
Well, that's how it is. I mean, and fortunately for Jamaica, and this is this is what I tell people around the globe. No matter what you do, no matter what happens,
right?
Every year there's a sprinter coming out of Jamaica, and that has happened, and that will never change. There will be a woman, or a man, or a girl, or a boy coming out of boys champs or girls champs that's going to be the next great sprinter on the planet. I mean, it's embedded in our culture. It is what it is. So yeah, none of these things are surprising to me. I tell you, changing of the guard in the women's though, I don't know if it's a changing of the guard or is it gracefully handing the crown over. Because
fair enough.
Yeah, because Shelly-Ann certainly is not relinquishing anything.
No, that's right.
You know what I mean? Right. And so this is not, but also this is also not a situation where someone has to kick you off the podium, right? Shelly-Ann is going in there and obviously is prepared and wants to be a viable candidate to win. You know what I mean? And there's nothing better than that to finish your year, finish your career. And still be at the top of the charts, competing.
In the deuce on the guy's side, as we kind of just go back and forth, Brian Lavelle, scary because he pulled up in the 100.
Right, he cramped. There was a cramp. He had a cramp.
Best case scenario, a cramp, and we know he's okay.
Right.
Next day he bounces back and wins the men's 200. So obviously he showed he was okay. I want to say 2010.
Okay,
I got to look it up. I'll look it up.
Good for him, man. Because Brian Lavelle, this is his coming out party, right?
Right.
His coming out party, and so I wish him luck. I mean, I actually had expected him to, obviously I thought that he was going to run a better race in the 100 meters. But if you cramp, you cramp.
Right.
This is part of track and field is that you prepare yourself your very best to run your very best to maximize your speed. However, sometimes stuff happens and getting a cramp, that's a normal thing. I mean, hydration, stretching, all of that stuff, all of that plays a role. So at the end of the day, I'm glad that he came back. It wasn't an injury in the 100. I'm glad that he came back, won the deuce, and yeah, I want him to head to Japan, and I expect to see him. I just expect to see him run a couple of personal bests and also make himself be present to all of the other runners that are there. I mean, medaling in the deuce is going to be tough, but I think he's going to do great.
2010.
Yeah.
Confirm.
I expect he's going to do great, though. I mean, either way.
Yeah. I mean, and this in itself, I mean, I like the fact that the Jamaican Trails are kind of ahead of the others. I mean, we have way more to come still, right? But this kind of it was only like their own showcase. But it did not disappoint.
Well, there's lots to go, right? Because I mean, at this point, you've technically got 2.5 months to go, right? So I think whatever the JTRA is doing, whatever the Jamaican Association is doing, I think that they're essentially trying to set the team and then allow their athletes to go out and get rid of race rust, understanding and tinkering with the execution of their races, perfecting it, if you want, and understand, you've made the team, so there's a level of comfort there, and then prepare, for the championship. So I'm going to see kind of how, the three ladies that we just mentioned, the three men that we just mentioned, how they manage their season going forward.
Spoke of injury. Hopefully Rashid Broadbell is okay. He runs the 110 hurdle on the guy's side, obviously, and just a freaky thing while warming up. That shows you the fine line that every athlete walks. Regardless of the sport, you're warming up, and there's always that potential of an injury.
Of course. Listen, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's, whatever it is that you're doing, you could actually sneeze and something goes out of place.
There you go.
Like whatever it is that's happening. So not only do you have to prepare, you have to pray, and then you have to be blessed and lucky all at the same time when you're competing in our sport.
Other events that took place at some European Championships, Femke Bol. I want to mention her name because she's just been so good in her discipline. For a long time, she breaks her own record, but she's always going to be in the shadows of one Sydney McLaughlin or Vaughan. I mean, that's just the way it is. Right. But in her own right, she's been a solid athlete for many years now. Yeah, I mean, and that's still going to continue. I mean, she's still very young, Jason. Mm-hmm. So consistency is not an issue for her, and the fact is that she can now tinker with, running the 300, running a deuce, running the flat 4, and the 4 hurdles. So, I mean, I think that, again, early in the season, still not a lot of, there's still not a lot to be put on what people are running now. Obviously,
the 975 in Jamaica, that's a different story. But yeah, I mean, you know what, Femke is great. She's the Netherlands team is not that difficult. She's already on it. She's going to be in Japan, and she's going to be all right.
Yeah, she's something else, man. And like I said, I'm the biggest fan of Sydney. So
You are a Sydney fan.
So for me to give Femke some flowers, if you will, yeah, that's impressive.
Just some love.
Yeah, we should mention that. Gabby Thomas was on the racetrack recently, and just kind of a little bit of a jog for her. She was out in the women's 100-meter finals at the ATX Sprint Classic. Was defeated by Favor Ofili though. Ofili ran 10.78, Gabby Thomas 10.95. And again, I'm not saying that you put a ton of stock into this because obviously we have bigger fish to fry as we go along, but is that at least noteworthy in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, it's, Favor, listen, I mean, first of all, these are two of the best sprinters. Favor is one of the top 100-meter ladies, and certainly Gabby's a champion. All of this to me, or when I was competing, all of this to me, it just looks like, it's part of training. I'm very certain that they're doing hard speed work, and some of these small competitions is just to tinker with their execution. So yes, if you're asking me putting stock in it,
yeah.
I'm not, based upon what's going to happen later, not really. But the fact is, by the way, the race was windy, but at the end of the day, the fact is, all of this stuff is really just tinkering about, and understanding and managing race, understanding and seeing how to execute, relax, all of those things. So I just think that for both of those ladies, it was a nice training day for them. But Favor looks pretty good. I think that is she one of the ladies that I think she's changed countries, right? I think that she was. I want to say that she was with Nigeria, and she's one of the ladies landing in Turkey for the cash.
Wow.
But yeah, okay. Listen, I think that if you're asking me, do I put stock in it? It's an awesome training run for the two of them.
Yeah, 3.1, I do believe,
that's a big
was
one.
the win. So that was, yeah. But you're right. Yeah, you're right. She is a Nigerian sprinter who is off to Turkey. And does that bother you when people do that? To me, I'm like, you know what? You go do what you want to go do. I don't think it's any type of disrespect to the country, because for me, if the country wanted her, they would do more to keep her. So I'm not going to just say that in her case. In any case, if you're worried about an athlete leaving your country to go compete for another one, do what you need to do to keep them there.
Well, that's correct. This is a business. I mean, and for those of you, go and get my book, Donovan Bailey Undisputed. My very first signing, my very first pro contract was with a company called Fenerbahce in Istanbul. So I was actually living in Turkey and training and made some money from them. And believe me, at that moment, we had some conversation with the association, and I was having some issues with the Canadian Association. And at that moment, the money that was on the table to represent Turkey, I would have switched, because for me, it's all about business. There's no such thing as amateur sport in my books. When I signed a multi-million-dollar, multi-year contract with Adidas, I became a pro athlete. So I was all about Bailey Inc. and running Bailey Inc. business. So anytime I see any of these athletes switching allegiance now, go and get your bag, understanding what it is that you need to do, understanding the window of opportunity. And it is a business. You're the CEO of your brand. Hire good people to give you good advice, to help you manage your money properly, to help you invest properly. And as you said, Jason, here's exactly what's supposed to happen. If a country is not treating its athletes right, you can't complain about that athlete switching allegiance. What your job is, as you said, Jason, is that country needs to come up and support that athlete and treat them better.
Must be Canada Day, because you're agreeing with me on something which never happens. So
it's Canada.
Wow, I love it. We need Canada Day more often. Time to run that anchor leg. Let's get it.
A cleaning stream to Donovan Bailey is pouring it on.
Different version of the anchor leg. We want to get your Prefontaine preview, if you will. Anchor leg, as always, brought to you by the Great Canadian Sauce Company. If you haven't had any, change that. Go get some. Trust me, you'll
Yes.
absolutely love it. Let's start with the 100 meters, and let's start with the men. You got Kishane Thompson. Any chance of a bounce off of that effort? We're going to find out. There's Akeem Blake, Christian Coleman, the fastest ever in the 60. You got Jeremiah Azu, who's the fastest world indoors this year. And then guys that have had a bunch of national records, Lachlan Kennedy, Zernal Hughes, the youngster, Bayana Walaza, Brandon Hicklin, and then Trayvon Bromell. Oh, yeah, don't forget about him. This is a stacked lineup.
So what's your question?
Who
Who do I want? Okay, let me. Okay, I think Kishane should win. However, I think. However, I want to see Kristen's first 30 meters.
Okay.
Right. I also think that Kishane and Bromell at this point, but Bromell looked very easy running 9.8 in Europe, and usually there's a lot of North Americans that don't run well in Europe, and so if Trayvon ran 9.8 in Europe, it means that he's ready to run hellified fast. So I think that Kishane and Bromell, Christian Coleman, I think that the race is between those three. I also want to see how Kishane executes in this race. If he stays relaxed and let the race comes to him.
All right.
Because this is a preview of Japan.
By the way, 9.75, that might be good enough to win Worlds.
It will be absolutely good enough.
So
no,
if
100%.
he can improve on that, man, good luck to everybody else. As much as I'm looking forward to that, DB, I'm looking forward to the ladies' race more. Julian Alford,
Yes.
obviously, Sha'Carri Richardson, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. That is a rematch of the Olympics. And then you throw in some names like Dina Asher-Smith.
Wow.
Tia and Tina Clayton.
Wow.
Maria Jose Talu Smith.
Wow.
Wait, there's more. Favor O'Philly.
What?
T.T. Terry.
What?
Exactly. Now you see why I'm looking forward to this race more than the men.
Yeah, well, it's a better race than the men. I'm telling you that, because what you have in the women's race, you actually have a global final. You actually have a global final. So this is going to be fantastic. I mean, I think that a few episodes ago, Jason, I said I want to see Melissa versus Julian. Yeah, man.
You're getting it.
But not only that, the Clayton twins are there. I mean, listen, you have Dina Asher-Smith. Wow. Listen, that's a global final. I mean, the women's race, the women's race is 100% going to be hotter than the men's. I mean, I think the men's are sort of predictable for someone like myself who have a little bit of insight. In the women's race, I just want to see what Julian and Melissa. Oh wow, man!
You give me a winner. I'm going Julian.
You're going Julian. Well, I mean, listen, I like Julian. I mean, and I think that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Melissa's at home, and Melissa's a killer. You know, so.
All right.
I just listen. I'm gonna sit on the fence, Jason. I think
that's really rare for you.
I think that
we painted your colors and your initials on that.
Julian, hold up.
Okay.
Julian should win. By a very little bit.
Okay.
Over Melissa.
I'll take that. It's a bit of an answer for you.
Yes, a bit of an answer.
Okay.
But listen, if I can't call it, I can't call it.
Okay.
I ain't trying to do what. Listen, if it's not here, for sure I know what's going to happen.
The difference is if I make a wrong prediction, it's no big deal. But if you do, people will see that.
They're going to cuss me out.
Exactly. The champ got it wrong. Me, I'm just the punk. So anyway, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. You get that. Yeah.
200 meters for the guys. Letsile Tamoho, Kenny Bednarik. Just to throw a couple names at you. Brian Lavelle also in there. Courtney Lindsay, the up-and-comer. Fambule. Yeah. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Here's another one that's lit.
Again, that's a global final, people. I mean, we talked earlier about setting up and being probably the best diamond league, in North America. It's probably one of the best diamond league out there. Yeah. But yeah, if you are sitting at home and you ever want to attend first of all, I think that it should be on everyone's bucket list to go to a professional track meet, not an amateur track meet. Go to a professional track meet where you're seeing the best of the best competing. Go get tickets. Go to this competition because again, you just mentioned like the 200 meters. Again, you've got the best of the best competing against each other. in front of a beautiful home crowd. The only thing that I pray for is great weather. That's the only thing I pray for, and you just never know. You just never know. You never know if it's going to rain or fog or whatever. But if you have great weather, this will be fantastic. I want to see what Tobago does. Bednarik, Courtney Lindsay. Oh man, listen, you've got Jareem. Like you listen, you have a lot of men in the deuce that should be in the finals. I mean, again, people just look at the lineup, and you literally can pick people out representing their countries that you know that they're going to be in the finals in Japan. So again, check it out. That's going to be that. I mean, listen, I think that first of all, I think that Toboho should win, but Bednarik's at home, so it is what it is.
All right, even the women's 400, Sadie McLaughlin-Lavrone against the clock.
Oh, she's running the 400 flat?
400 flat against the clock.
Oh, yeah.
But there are some others in there. I know Isabella Whitaker and Aaliyah Butler, a couple of other Americans, keep an eye on. But yeah, she's going to run the flat. Rai Benjamin, Alison Dos Santos going to renew their rivalry over hurdles in the 400 as well.
Nice.
And then you got Christopher Bailey versus Quincy Hall, man. It's like the gift that just keeps on giving.
The best of the best. The best of the best. Like I said earlier, I mean, pre is certainly one of those competitions that you better go and watch. If you can physically get there, it's definitely a must watch on television.
It's the Prefontaine with the preeminent analysts, and that is our preamble to the show. We can't wait. Hopefully you'll be a part of it on this weekend. As always, please continue to like, share, follow, download, subscribe, be a part of this podcast. I'm Jason Portuondo. As always, thank you for the company. My man's going to take us out.
Until next time, peace out.